You set a big goal to work out, start that business, finally talk to your crush, and then life happens. Your alarm doesn't go off. Your motivation vanishes. Suddenly, scrolling TikTok in bed feels way more appealing than doing hard things. And just like that, you're stuck in the soft life loop. Comfortable, but secretly miserable. When was the last time you did something that actually scared you? And no, I don't mean accidentally liking your ex's Instagram post from 2023. I mean the kind of discomfort that makes your palms sweat and your brain scream, abort mission. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Your best life is hiding just outside your comfort zone. And yeah, that zone is cozy. It's got Netflix, snacks, and zero rejection. But it's also where dreams go to die. When life throws you curveballs, and trust me, it will throw them like a caffeinated pitcher on steroids, you've got two choices. You can sit there complaining about how unfair it all is, which honestly feels pretty good in the moment. Or you can dust yourself off and figure out how to swing better next time. And yeah, it's easier said than done when you're dealing with real stuff like job stress, relationship drama, or just the general chaos in 2025. That friend who always has drama? The one who somehow makes every conversation about their latest crisis? What if I told you that staying around people like that is actually making you weaker? I'm not saying ditch them completely, but maybe it's time to be a little more selective about who gets access to your energy. Life's too short to spend it being someone's emotional dumping ground when they're not willing to help themselves. The people you surround yourself with either lift you up or drag you down. There's really no in between. So ask yourself, when you hang out with your current crowd, do you walk away feeling inspired and energized? Or do you feel drained and maybe a little gross about yourself? Because here's the brutal truth. When you choose to be less than you're capable of, everyone around you suffers. They lose out on the amazing person you could be. And honestly, that's kind of selfish when you think about it. Now let's talk about temptation for a second. We live in a world designed to make us give up our willpower. Your phone buzzes every 5 seconds. There's junk food engineered by scientists to be irresistible, and Netflix literally asks if you're still watching just to make sure you don't accidentally become productive. But every time you give in to something you know isn't good for you, you're basically handing over your free will. You're saying, here, random craving, you make the decisions now. That's not freedom. That's just being a puppet with really good marketing. The weird thing about truth is that it's simultaneously the most uncomfortable and most peaceful thing you'll ever encounter. It's uncomfortable because it forces you to see yourself clearly, warts and all. But it's peaceful because you finally stop fighting reality. You stop pretending that your problems are someone else's fault, or that you'll start making changes tomorrow. Tomorrow isn't real, by the way. It's just today wearing a disguise. Here's something that might sting a little. Your blessings aren't guaranteed. That job, that relationship, that health you're taking for granted, it could all change tomorrow. I'm not trying to scare you, but maybe a little healthy appreciation wouldn't hurt. When's the last time you actually felt grateful for something instead of just posting about gratitude on Instagram? And speaking of uncomfortable truths, when someone you trust gives you criticism, your first instinct is probably to defend yourself or explain why they're wrong. But what if they're right? What if that feedback you don't want to hear is exactly what you need to hear? I know it sucks, but sometimes the people who care about us see our blind spots better than we do. Be kind to someone today, but don't tell anyone about it. Don't post it. Don't hint about it. Don't even mentally pat yourself on the back. Just do something nice because it's the right thing to do. Everyone's fighting some kind of battle you know nothing about, so be the reason someone's day gets a little brighter. If you really think about it, if you poured every ounce of your energy into each moment instead of half-heartedly scrolling through life, you'd probably realize that you have enough time for the things that actually matter. The problem isn't time, it's focus. We're all walking around like we're busy, but we're mostly just busy being distracted. Tonight, before you go to sleep, do something most people never do. Examine your day honestly. Where did you show up as your best self? Where did you phone it in? What would you do differently? This isn't about beating yourself up. It's about getting real data on your own behavior so you can actually improve instead of just hoping things magically get better. Stop worrying about what everyone else is doing wrong and focus on what you can control, which is basically just your own actions and reactions. I know it's tempting to fix everyone else's problems because it's easier than fixing your own, but that's not your job. And here's the ultimate test, and this might sound intense, but stay with me. Live like nothing can be kept secret. Act like everything you do will eventually be public knowledge. How would that change your behavior? Would you still send that passive-aggressive text? Would you still treat that cashier like they're beneath you? The beautiful thing about living this way is that you stop having two versions of yourself. You stop being one person in public and another person when nobody's watching. You become integrated, whole, authentic, all those buzzwords that actually mean something when you live them. And if this video made you think even a little bit, hit that subscribe button because we're building a community of people who are tired of settling and ready to actually do something about it. Drop a comment and tell me which idea hit you the hardest. I read every single one, and I love seeing how these concepts land differently for different people. Remember, the person you're capable of becoming is waiting for you to stop making excuses and start making moves. The world needs that version of you, and honestly, so do you. Now stop watching videos about changing your life and go actually